I could not believe my eyes when I saw the pictures from these hawk hunting moments. Be sure to check out all 15 merciless hawk hunting moments caught on camera. Number 15. Snake. The red-tailed hawk is one of the largest hawks in the world. The bird of prey saw the rattlesnake and attacked it. The snake was instantly alert and rattled its famous tail. The hawk spread its wings and walked closer to intimidate the snake. It didn't take long before the hawk caught the snake's body and made it a delicious lunch. In another video, a snake is caught by a hawk in the middle of the road. The snake seemed unable to fight the hawk, which immediately made it a quick meal. This hawk managed to catch a large snakehead so that the snake cannot fight back. The snake tried to wrap around the hawk, but in one flap of its wings the snake immediately flew off. The hawk continued to bite the snake, and it's game over for the snake. Number 14. Pigeon. In this video, a sparrowhawk manages to catch a pigeon. The sparrowhawk gripped the pigeon's back firmly from behind, then it plucks its prey. The pigeon looked helpless and didn't move a bit. While the hawk was enjoying its meal, the pigeon suddenly tried to escape. The sparrowhawk tried to stop it, but this time the pigeon's movement was very strong, and they both splashed into the pond. The pigeon tried to escape, but ended up drowning while the sparrowhawk could only watch in sorrow. In London, something similar happened. A sparrowhawk managed to capture a feral pigeon. The pigeon tried very hard to escape, but unfortunately this time it didn't work and the sparrowhawk enjoyed his lunch happily. Number 13. Iguana. A hawk patiently watched the movements of a marine iguana that was looking for soil to lay its eggs. The hawk waited for the iguana to be caught off guard and walked quite a distance from her nest. At the right moment, the hawk flew very fast towards the iguana while the iguana ran frantically. In a blink of an eye, the hawk managed to grab the iguana's head. The iguana tried to free herself, but it was in vain because the hawk's grip was very strong. Not long after, the iguana died and the hawk flew to the nest to feed her baby. Number 12. Dog. A dog was running at a family backyard while its owner was cleaning the pool. Suddenly, a hawk came trying to catch the dog, but was cancelled when it was close. Perhaps the hawk had just realized that the brown animals was not a rabbit. The hungry hawk catches a small dog in a family backyard. The owner came and tried to get rid of the hawk, but to no avail. Then the owner took a seat cushion and hit it at the hawk. The hawk was in pain and decided to find meal elsewhere. Number 11. Duck. The hawk was perched on a water plant pod, and a little bird kept bothering it. It turned out that the hawk was gripping a duck that was moving wildly to free itself. The duck finally managed to escape thanks to the little bird's help. The hawk then left the place in anger. The hawk watches the ducks in the lagoon. The hawk then shows one of the ducks that looked fat and healthy. The hawk fly and dive into a duck, but as soon as it was very close, the duck dived into the water. The hawk couldn't dive into the water, and it flew in circles to wait for the clever duck to come out. After flew around for a while, the hawk finally gave up. Number 10. Squirrel. A squirrel was having breakfast when a hawk attacked it like a lightning. The squirrel remained helpless in the hawk's grip. Not long after, the hawk decided to fly away from the place, and just as the hawk flew, the squirrel jumped away. A few days later, the brave squirrel returned to the place and almost took his life. With tattoos from the hawk on its body, the hawk attacks a squirrel that was climbed a tree. The squirrel fell, and the hawk tried to catch it in the air but failed. The squirrel went back up into the tree to save itself, but it was constantly attacked by the hawk and fell back to the ground. The hawk gripped it firmly and carried the squirrel to its nest for dinner. The hawk that has just caught a mouse was rested for a while when its favorite food suddenly came to mocking it. I guess the hawk was thinking very hard whether it will replace the mouse with the squirrel. Turned out the hawk was a little tired after catch the mouse and let the squirrel go. Number 9. Cat and dog. While hawks will not go out of their way to attack and devour a cat, especially because cats are larger than their usual prey. If they are hungry enough and have the opportunity, they will. In our first video, this hawk targets a smaller cat holding it tightly to a fence by putting its talons on the cat's head and squishing it just when it tries desperately to free itself. But the hawk is too big and powerful. Once the hawk feels the cat is either weak enough or just plain dead, it takes off with it, probably back to its nest. A man was sitting at his workstation when he noticed a huge hawk perched on top of a cat as a window. The man grabbed his phone and hurried outside to film what was going on. Not wanting to miss out on such a rare up-close encounter, the hawk had complete control over the cat, and after it was weakened, it flew away with it. What an incredible sight to behold. A 15-year-old teen girl takes a seat cushion and begins pounding the bird in the head with it until it flees. The hawk allegedly cut a huge hole in the dog's neck, but the girl managed to get her to the vet in time. The teen said she'll be keeping a closer eye on her dogs from now on. Finally, this poor kid took its last breath at the hands of this fearsome hawk. The little feline had absolutely no chance of escaping the powerful grip of the bird. Little kitty. Number 8. Crow. Hawks and owls are the principal predators and natural adversaries of crows and ravens. During the day, hawks attack, kill, and consume them, while at night, owls hunt them down on their roofs. Crows, on the other hand, attack hawks and owls, though not to eat them in most cases. Crows do not pose a threat to hawks. They're only pests, much like a buzzing fly would be to us. The hawks are unlikely to be physically attacked in routine mobbing circumstances, and they may decide that revenge is simply not worth the effort and energy. In this video, this hawk is performing open heart surgery on this crow. It looks like the crow may have endured cardiac arrest when it saw the surgeon's spare hawk approach it. No anesthesia was used during the intervention, as you can hear the deafening cries of the patient. But this surgeon believes in all natural environment for its patients. Another crow bites the dust at the hands of this hawk. The crow is pinned to the ground and is not able to free itself. The hawk holds on tight to its victim, deciding what to do with it. In this clip, this hawk ends the crow's misery incredibly fast when it decides it's time to have breakfast. I guess the crow didn't have much of a chance. It seems like crows are no match for hawks, and every time these two birds meet, the outcome is always the same. Finally, this beautiful Cooper's hawk looks like it's manufacturing a pillow out of crow feathers, the way it's ripping all the feathers out of the crow's body. Just like that in the middle of the street. Number 7. Woman fights off eagle. A woman playing with her cockatoo is told of the horrifying moment she fought off an eagle, which swooped down and attacked her. Terrified, she turned around, trying to avoid the eagle to the best of her abilities. While she still had the cockatoo on her arm, she explained how she was outside having fun with her cockatoo when out of the blue, an eagle came swooping down to attack her. It landed on her head, and she was screaming and turning, desperately trying to get the eagle off of her. She was trying to get it off of her, and it took a few seconds, but those seconds felt like a lifetime. She finally managed to scare the eagle flew away. Nothing happened to her cockatoo. So on the all is well that ends well. Number 6. Mouse. Birds of prey are famous for feeding on rodents, and hawks are no exception. Hawks see mice as standard fare to be sought after and snared. Grabbing the mouse for this red-tailed hawk is child's play, so much so that the hawk clamps the mouse with one talon. This is probably desserts. Hunting mice for hawks is like cherry picking for humans. The hardest part is finding the mice because they are so small. This hawk spots a mouse on the sidewalk and slides in for the swoop, having no problem grabbing the rodent on the fly. In this video, this hawk is taken on a more challenging task of killing a large rat. Rats are more combative and resilient than mice and bigger, but it looks like the outcome will probably be the same. The only difference is the time it takes to close the deal. Finally, this hawk has killed a big mouse and is holding it in its beak after the kill. Number 5. Hawks hunts magpies. Magpies are tough birds that are ruthless predators when it comes to smaller prey. However, as you can see in our thumbnail, they have no chance against a mighty hawk. This magpie tries to argue his case with this hawk, but it's no can do. We've seen how nasty magpies can be when they attack other birds, but when this sparrowhawk pins one down for a count of 10 and eats at the tables are turned on the mean magpies. This young male sparrowhawk has killed a magpie and is plucking its feathers. Nature is harsh, but it is also fascinating. This hawk kills this magpie while fending off 5 other magpies attempting to assist their friends. It's amazing that the magpies are attempting to help a friend in need, but the hawk is tenacious and fights them off. Number 4. Hawks vs. Mouse. Hawks are no exception to the rule that birds of prey feed on rodents. Hawks regard mice as a standard fare to be pursued and snared. Grabbing the mouse is child's play for this red-tailed hawk, so much so that the hawk clamps the mouse with one talon. This is most likely dessert. This hawk is in a rehabilitation facility and it is time to start training again. It detects a mouse in its enclosure and quickly dispatches it. Number 3. Hawks vs. Jackrabbit. Most hawks hunt alone. Harris hawk, however, is not one of them. Even for a fast jackrabbit, it prefers to hunt in groups and it can be lethal. First hawk spots the quarry of a jackrabbit. It won't be easy to catch. These Harris wrote the book on evasive action. They can run as fast as 40 miles an hour and leave tent, but it may take more than that to escape from the wolf pack of the air. The first hawk flushes the jackrabbit, while the others watch for the getaway. So when the rabbit instinctively zigzags away from one predator, it runs straight into the talons of another, and the whole family gets to share in the spoils. In the Sonoran Desert, A group of Harris hawks work together to track down a cottontail rabbit weaving in and out of cacti as they draw closer to their prey. The first hawk's job is to get the rabbit to come out of its hole. And once it does that, the second hawk comes in for the kill, which is imminent. Once the kill is made, the two hawks enjoy the meal together. These Harris hawks have killed a jackrabbit and are plucking its feathers in front of these dogs. I guess this is one big family, and they all work together on the hunt, including their handler. This jackrabbit wants to make sure it's well concealed from a Harris hawk that's flying in close proximity. For centuries, goshawks have been used to hunt live prey such as rabbits, pheasants, and other animals. This bird of prey is known as the ultimate hunting bird due to its exceptional agility, speed, and razor-sharp vision. The jackrabbit has no way out of this crisis. It flees hoping not to be apprehended. The goshawk, on the other hand, has air superiority and launches an attack with surgical precision. But the bunny repels it, forcing a second attack, which is successful. Number 2. Eagle attacks wolf. As many of us are forced to work from home or are unable to work at all, more and more people are scouring the internet looking for distractions. These photos, shared on social media, show an adult bald-headed eagle and a wolf battling it out over carrying scraps left on the ground. You might think the wolf would have the advantage, at least on the ground. But that does not appear to be the case. A full-grown eagle's wingspan can exceed 7, and their talons can grow larger than a man's hand. Typically, wolves grow up to between 3 and 5, and adult eagles learn to disable larger prey with a powerful strike directed at the back of the skull of larger mammals such as wolves, deer, and mountain goats. These images also show the eagle forcing the wolf to retreat and give up on the carrion meal, but we don't know what happened after the camera stopped recording. Number 1. Hawk vs. Owl for several nights. A pair of great horned owls has visited this red-tailed hawk's nest. This is the first time it has visited the nest during the day, and the red-tailed hawk has seen it. It was not pleased with the invasion and attacked it as soon as it arrived. The owl successfully fended off the hawk the first time, but on the second attempt it fell off the nest and did not return until the next day. The hawk returns to ensure that everything is safe. After the great horned owl laid an egg in the nest of a red-tailed hawk, the hawk returned with a self-attack, knocking the owl out. The owl snags its wing on a tree trunk and falls below the nest. Keep an eye on the lower left side of the screen as the owl falls and the hawk pursues it. What a terrifying attack by this fearless hawk. An adult hawk dive bombs a baby owl. It was a close call, but neither the owl nor the hawk was injured. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they are uploaded. That's it for now.